Okay, Starfishbeard, welcome back. Let's just try to make sure nobody drowns this time, huh? How a lovelorn legbeard nearly ended me. Part 2 of 2. Cast list, spoiler alert, it's the same. We're gonna skip it then. If you missed the previous video, that link in the description. As per usual, I think this even has a playlist. Isn't that fancy? The rest of the cast is either mentioned once or self-explanatory. This is a summary of the previous bits. I moved to a new school, and I made a new group of friends, including a legbeard who went on crazy escapades, including nearly getting herself drowned, and I nearly did the same trying to save her. She is utterly obsessed with a boy named Woodsy, but she's too shy to talk to, well, any boy. She sighs a lot. It is a signature anime-like sigh that I still occasionally hear in my sleep. Might be some signs of PTSD there, but I ain't no doctor. I have developed a new complex worrying about people smelling me. All of that stuff is contained in the first part, so again, please check it out if you have not already. And now it's time for the rest of the story. Sometime later, at our next out-of-town event, a new friend. Oh good, let's remain hopeful. I don't recall exactly what event it was, but we had gone out of town to the big city for some workshop for choir. It was an event where we had left before the sun was up, and we planned to return sometime in the late evening. The bus stopped in a town at the midpoint coming back, so we could have some dinner. There were several restaurants within a 4-block radius, and us kids were all set free with instructions to return to the bus by 7 p.m. So my friends and I decided that we would go to get some Chinese food, and much to my surprise, Woods and his best friend, whom I shall call January, decided that this sounded good. They gave us a booth that was way too small for a group that contained a handful of plus-sized girls. I found myself wedged between New York and January. Oh, you don't even get separate booths? Beautiful. It's gonna get awkward real quick. They handed out the menu, and this time it was me that sighed. This was one of those places that served heaping platters of food, but each plate cost like $10. And remember, this was like 20 years ago, when $10 actually meant something. I had $7 left in my pocket after the trip, as I only had the $20 that my mom shoved in my hand before we left at 6 a.m., and my bank had conveniently suspended my bank card that morning for trying to buy Starbucks out of town. Boy, they are on high alert at that bank. I went all the way to the Philippines and my bank was like, yeah, that's probably fine. Dang, exclaimed Woods. I've only got $6 left. All I can get is soup and a soda. Oh, I know, I sighed. Me too. And I'm starving. Woods paused for just a moment. Hey, you wanna go like halvesies with me on one of these platters? Aw. I would have normally been way too shy to accept such an invitation, but I wasn't kidding when I say I was starving. Lunch had come from a crappy vending machine. Woods swapped spaces with January. We split an entree and got our own drinks. Artist was nice enough to give us her leftover fried rice because, dang, teenage boys can eat, even when they're babies, dude. I got a 4-year-old and a 9-month-old, and that's all they think about all the time, always. I bring this up in the story because this was how it started. After this day, Woods began to hang out with us. Not all the time, not every day, but he seemed to be around a lot more as the days went by. This made Starfishbeard oddly quiet. Her tiny eyes were wide with wonder and growing bravery. I don't think it's gonna go the way she thinks it's gonna go. But it's time to fast forward to story The Breakup? Oh my god, did they actually date? So this next part I have to get to, but it feels like a blank in my memory because I wasn't there. I only have the very brief summary that New York gave me. Starfishbeard asked Woods out. She did so in the cafeteria. She did so in front of a few of his friends. Woods had a confused look. One of his friends laughed at her, and Starfishbeard ran away crying. I mean, yeah, that's rough, but also learning experience. OP continues that I, much like many of you, am a little unsatisfied with this ending, so I'm going to post the theatrical version based on what I know these people are like, the way that I figure it must have gone down. Artistic license is a thing. Have at it, OP. I'm pretty sure it was Athlete that decided that she had had enough of the whining and the sighing. She probably goaded Starfishbeard into it. Starfishbeard had a list of what she wanted to finally confess to her malady. Malady. Woods was finishing his lunch with his usual group of friends, mostly musical jocks. Starfishbeard waddled over there and sputtered some well-overthought romantic spiel, probably in her super soft rambling voice. Woods, who can be really clueless about such things, just sort of looked on blankly. I'm serious. If you are being subtle, Woods just isn't going to understand. Woods' best friend, January, caught on and just busted up laughing. I mean, this was the quiet girl, busting out of her clothes like a Pillsbury biscuit, professing her love to one of the most popular boys in school. I mean, sure, it was kind of mean to laugh, but this was still high school. Like I said, lessons learned. Harsh way to do it, but those are the lessons that stick. Many years later, I asked Woods what really went down when she asked him out, and he gave me a somewhat horrified look and said, "Oh my God, Starfishbeard?" He had no idea about her obsession. He didn't even remember the alleged asking out. When it came to blubbering high school girls, yeah, he was pretty dumb. This event then led to what we shall call the emo months. Starfishbeard didn't come to the cafeteria to even pretend to eat. She stopped talking about anything. She even wore black lipstick and ugly, messy, heavy black eyeliner for a while. New York artist and I started to grow worried about her. Athlete was just thankful she wasn't constantly going on and on about Woods. Now maybe she's legitimately heartbroken. I don't want to automatically say attention-seeking behavior, but I can't help automatically thinking it. So after summer vacation, Starfishbeard came back looking like her old self again. She wore the same clothes, but now they were even tighter. The emo makeup had gone away, but she was still sighing TM. Only now it was more over celebrities than people that she knew in real life. Is that more healthy or less healthy? I'm very confused. She didn't much mention Woods again, but I did spot a few longing glimpses that she shot his way. When Woods would come over to hang out at our lunch table, Starfishbeard would quietly excuse herself and sit on the bleachers nearby and just read, occasionally glancing over at us. And sighing, probably. It doesn't say sighing, but probably sighing too, right? Whenever Woods would come hang out with us in the band room, Starfishbeard would go off to the quote-unquote bathroom, but just not come back. Not that I blamed her. Heck, at first, before I knew a little more, I thought Woods was being terribly insensitive to Starfishbeard by coming over so much, but my friends had other ideas. "Man, Woods is coming by a whole lot lately," mentioned Athlete, shortly after Starfishbeard had vacated the table. "Yeah," grinned Artist. "I bet I know why." "Oh yeah?" laughed New York. "I do know why." I paused for a moment. Why? "He's got a crush on you, OP," said Artist plainly. "Oh," Athlete beamed. "Yeah, that's gotta be it." I blushed, unsure of what to say. "Yeah," said New York, "but I mean, you got a boyfriend in college, right? You aren't gonna give that for some sophomore boy." I froze. I don't have a boyfriend." "What?" exclaimed Artist. No way, but Angela said you had a boyfriend in college and that's why you never talked to boys. What? Yeah, nodded New York. I heard the same thing from Angela too, when you first got here. I was puzzled. At this time, I had no idea who Angela even was. Oh good, then I don't feel bad for not remembering her. Later, I would find out that she was a tiny blonde senior girl, captain of the ROTC club, who looked like she had a stick up her butt all the time. Really reminiscent of Angela from The Office. I had spoken to her exactly never before. I've never dated anyone, OP admits. But do you like woods? Asked Artist with an inquisitive smile. Oh snap, it's really going down. I had to pause for a moment. A part of me still didn't allow myself to crush on someone that one of my friends had been into for so long. It felt like a betrayal. On the other hand, it had been months since the whole thing had gone down in flames, and it was obvious that Starfishbeard wasn't going to pursue Woods further, at least not openly, and I did like the guy. He was one of the smartest people in our school. We had the same interests. He was cute and charming. Yes, I finally blurted out. I mean, I think so. It's definitely gonna cause drama with Starfishbeard, but I think OP is in the right here. What do you expect me to do? Sit around and wait for the love that will never blossom? Yeah, I'm good. I'm good on all that. So at this point, of course, ooh, squeals Artist. You should go ask him out, like, tomorrow. If he comes to the band room early, we'll just make ourselves scarce. She winked at me. The rest of my friends pumped me up for the rest of lunch. Hell yeah, bro. You got this, dude. Headbutt me, dude. Boom. I think I'm getting gassed up too, you know? But OP does admit, honestly, I was terrified. I had never asked anyone out before. Shortly before coming to this school, I'd gotten rid of some serious braces with the headgear and those Coke bottle glasses. I had about probably zero self-esteem. I mean, this guy rejected Starfishbeard, and I was also a girl with a little extra weight. I also still felt guilty about how Starfishbeard might feel. That bridge is burnt. You gotta get yours while you can get it. It's just puppy love anyways. High school is such a serious thing. These problems matter. After thinking about this situation for way too long, I found myself alone in the band room with Woods, who was trying to fix a speaker. So, Woods, I began, what are you doing later? I'm fixing the speaker so I can take it to the gym tonight, he replied. I want to play some music for me and my girlfriend to dance to. I haven't seen her in forever. Shattering Glass.mp3. Oh, that sounds very sweet, I stammered. Dude, that is, wow. Somebody gave you some bad intel. Who reconned this whole situation? So OP, of course, pretty much went straight to her friends with this revelation. New York and Artist immediately winced with cringe. New York, oh, I forgot about that. I'm so sorry. You forgot. You forgot? No, dude. What the hell is that? Oh, I thought you guys heard about something that I hadn't yet or something, admitted Athlete. She's still in middle school. She got held back. They've been dating for like 4 years. I'm so sorry, Artist said sincerely. Did you get to the part where you actually asked him out? No, I admitted. I was able to abort the mission. Are they trying to set you up for something? This seems like it's more than meets the eye, right? SUS, sus. And I was okay with all of that. I'd been charmed by Woods, but really I was just fine being friends. Over time, Woods and I actually became good long-term friends. We went to different colleges, but lived in the same town and worked together in an IT department for a huge company. and we made a pretty good team. But you guys aren't here to hear me gush about my friends. It's time for the final story, and the most beardy thing that Starfishbeard ever did. Breathing, existing, oh I got it, totally nailed it. The homecoming dance. Yeah, I guess that's where all good stories come to rest, isn't it? Because high school is a serious thing, and these problems matter. In all honesty, I had forgotten that the homecoming dance was even happening. When I was asked out to the dance outside of my economics class, I had never met that boy before. He was my age, a sophomore, a little tall, lanky, and, well, beardy. He wasn't overtly neckbeardy, although he did have a neckbeard and generally unkempt facial hair. Honestly, I think most sophomores are just happy they have facial hair at all. He would also wear a fedora to homecoming, but I mean, it was Y2K. That was the style at the time.
So I tied an onion to my belt, which was the style at the time.
So this dude, he had a face that reminded me of a sad, wire-haired terrier. He even had those overgrown eyebrows, and his most unfortunate attribute was that he was a little smelly. It wasn't really a bad smell. He kind of smelled like he must own ferrets. Several ferrets. But I mean, it sure beat the overwhelming smell of Axe body spray, which was completely in vogue at this time. Seriously, my school actually banned the stuff one semester because 2 guys had a body spray fight in the hallways. Bro, high school is a trip, isn't it? Anyway, this fella, well, he was not like a beard in that he was actually a pretty nice guy. Not like a nice guy, TM nice guy. So like a good guy, I guess. He was a little over the top, frankly obsessively happy that I said yes. Called my house every night that week to make sure that I didn't change my mind. But he wasn't condescending. He wasn't gross. I figured he was just sort of an edgelord, so I'm gonna call him Ferret Lord on account of the ferrets. Winky face. Don't hit me with the winky face. I got some PTSD there. Were the ferrets actually confirmed? I mean, I guess it's a very distinct smell. Anywho, my friends were a little less enthused about my homecoming date. Athlete had a date that she was considering ditching, and the rest planned to go stag. Starfishbeard, meanwhile, was oddly quiet. This was a little weird for Starfishbeard. Usually if one of the other girls mentioned a crush, she would go full-on gushing about potential romance. The day of the homecoming finally came. Ferret Lord came and picked me up, backing up into a tree near our driveway, by the way. Beautiful. And we drove to the dance. He was wearing some cologne, which only really enhanced the ferret smell. I was a little upset because we were late, as the tree incident delayed us by about 20 minutes. It's the best way to start the night. I missed out on group photos with my friends. Ferret Lord wanted to get pictures together, and I think I said yes, but I have never seen those pictures. Thankfully, one of the other girls brought a disposable camera, and we have several poorly lit and poorly taken photos to remember that night. Ah, memories.
I remember. Oh, I remember.
Yeah, I remember that.
I found my group of friends right away, and I split away from my date for a long time. We danced to all the fast songs together. None of us, except for Athlete, were in very good shape, so we challenged each other to jump for as many songs as we could until we were exhausted, or, in New York's case, spewed all over the floor. Starfishbeard didn't want to join in, however. She held down the table that we claimed with her head in her hands, looking a little bit sad. We each took turns trying to drag her onto the dance floor with little to no success. Well, you tried. That's all anyone could ask. As the night wore on, the DJ started playing more and more slow songs. My date magically reappeared, and we did that awkward high school, middle school slow dance. You just walk in a circle. Anything else is too complicated. The second or third slow song in a row, I spotted New York slow dancing with artists and smiled. Meanwhile, Starfishbeard had never looked mopier. We broke apart and returned to the table when they started playing some 90s rap song. A school-appropriate 90s rap song? I don't know any. OP sits down next to Starfishbeard and leans over to yell over the loud music. Hey, Starfishbeard, you doing all right? Starfishbeard, in response, burst into tears and ran to the ladies' room. Oh boy, I had never seen New York roll her eyes so hard. Artist sighed. I nodded and went after her. It was several decibels quieter in the bathroom. There was nothing to cover up the sound of Starfishbeard's sobs. Now, true enough, by this time, I had seen Starfishbeard sob a fair amount, but this was like an uncontrolled depression tantrum. Her face was burning red, she had tears all over her face, and she also had these huge black streaks from her makeup running. I mean, I am a bleeding empath, not that it helps anyone. It took everything that I had in that moment to not just burst out sobbing too. Matter of fact, I did cry just a little. Normally I might cry too, but I think this card has been overplayed. You ever hear about the boy who cried wolf? Now every time she does this, I'm like super skeptical. Oh, Starfishbeard, I spoke softly, putting a hand on her back. What's wrong? Why are you so upset? It took Starfishbeard several struggling breaths to finally be able to reply. It's just that I like this boy for so long. We've known each other since kindergarten. I just love him so much. God damn, dude. I don't know what to tell you. Work on yourself, okay? Your personality does not reside in another person. At this point in the conversation, I had assumed, like many of you readers, that Starfishbeard was talking about Woods again. I just love him so much, Starfishbeard continued, and then I have to watch while he dates and falls in love with my best friend. She then went back to wailing. I was stunned. In a moment of denial, I thought she could mean athlete, but she had had some spat with her date soon after the pictures were taken and not even danced with him once. You mean Ferret Lord? I asked. He was my best friend in 4th grade, and I liked him ever since then. I thought he was gonna ask me out, but he asked you out instead. Look, my dude, you can't just call dibs on every other human you see. I knew he existed, so he should date me. Like, dude, what are you doing? This is 100% Legbeard behavior. At this point, OP says she was stunned, as would we all be, I suppose. My brain infarcted. I simply didn't know what to do. I was out at a dance with the first guy who had ever asked me out. A part of me had such low self-esteem that I doubted anyone would ever ask me out again. On the other hand, this was someone my friend felt like she had a true connection to. To me, he was just a nice guy that smelled like ferrets, and I still felt guilty for even thinking of asking out Woods. It was at that point that New York came into the bathroom to see what was taking us so long. Oh my God, New York grunted in disgust. Come on, Starfishbeard, quit moping about some boy. I don't think New York knew at the time that Starfishbeard was moping about the boy that I had brought to the dance. The two of us finally calmed Starfishbeard down enough and washed the makeup streaks off her face and went back out to the dance, We had to have been in there for at least a half an hour.
Are you feeling okay?
Ferret Lord asked me when I returned, and I told the biggest lie that all women say from time to time. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. But things were not, in fact, fine. I spent the next couple of songs thinking about what I should do. In the end, I chose self-sacrifice. I don't agree with it. I did see it coming, but I can't agree with it. People like who they like. Let's understand that. Nobody has dominion over any other human being. Okay. So when the next slow dance came on, Ferret Lord stood up and asked me to dance. I paused for a moment. Maybe... Do you think that maybe you could dance with my friend Starfishbeard for this song? Because she's really been wanting to dance with you. This did not go over well. I don't recall what Ferret Lord said, but it wasn't very nice towards Starfishbeard. I was offended on my friend's behalf. We had a few short words, and I asked him that he leave me alone until we went home. Ferret Lord stormed off, and I didn't even see him until he drove me home about an hour later in complete silence. My friends and I tried to recover the evening, but honestly, it was just too far gone. What the hell does Starfishbeard do to that boy? Considering her track record, yeah, I guess I could see it. From OP's point of view, she's like, hey, dance with my friend. From that guy's point of view, it's like, he just got asked to dance with his ex-stalker? And that's not a very good look. Aftermath. Ferret Lord didn't talk to me for a long time after that. I thought he was mad at me over my request, but he said he thought I must not like him much, so there wasn't much of a point, which, yeah, fair enough. Very mature of him, I think. He stopped smelling like ferrets after he moved out of his parents' house, so I'm told. He's a software engineer now, with a lovely Amazon of a wife. The kids are gonna be all right. Starfishbeard acted as though this entire thing didn't happen. She had run back to the bathroom after I had the blow up with Ferret Lord, but at least she seemed to recover faster. A part of me wondered if she just didn't want the rest of us to have a boyfriend while Starfishbeard was still single. Well, I gotta agree with that. You nailed that thing down 100%, OP. In the long run, however, Starfishbeard would find someone to love. I think they met online. They got married, had 3 kids. Then he dumped her while on deployment. Ouch. She had a boyfriend before the divorce was even finalized. Oh. You know, I think some people just can't stand to be single. That's 100% what it is. She finds her value within another person, which is not a healthy way to be, but I guess she eked out an existence because she had another 3 kids with husband number 2. And I know that they are actually quite happy. And honestly, I'm happy for her. I mean, yeah, I hope she develops her own interests and personality, but like I said, the kids is gonna be all right. Look at her go. The rest of us, you aren't gonna get an epilogue quite yet because, well, you'll see. The week after homecoming, I was setting up in the choir room alone when Woods came in and sat down beside me. Hey, OP, he inquired nonchalantly. You're single, aren't you? I mean, I thought you had a boyfriend in college, but then you went with Ferret Lord to homecoming. I froze, not sure what to say. Did Woods and his longtime girlfriend break up? At this point, Woods and I had been best friends so long that I had sort of forgotten that dating could be on the table. Am I a nice girl? Oh my god, am I a terrible person? No, you're fine. Everything's fine. Yeah, I am single, OP replies after way too long of a pause. So, I got a friend that would really like to go out with you, Woods continued. He wanted me to ask you out for him because he was too afraid to ask you directly. Oof. Damn, dude. Why you gotta do this? It took my brain another minute to crash and then reset. Oh man, maybe I can't have guy friends. His name's Scoutbeard, explained Woods. And this is where I'm going to leave you. I would like to think eventually I can get in a short saga about my ex-boyfriend Scoutbeard. I mean, it has all of the things: inappropriate age gap, neckbeard nest, physical neckbeard, fedoras, that old red flag bingo. I again submit this specimen for categorization by the experts. Was I unfair to call her a beard? I would like to think that she's at least a recovered beard. I hope you enjoyed this story today. I hope you have a lovely day, evening, or night. Or morning. I guess that's part of the day. But yes, definitely a legbeard as far as I'm concerned. There was somewhat of a recovery, but I still don't know that she ever really was truly able to find herself. Then again, maybe her true self is just wife and mother, and that's completely admirable as well. So yeah, I would say reformed beard. A little more introspection wouldn't hurt Starfishbeard, but it seems like she eked out a living. Everything turned out all right. I'm looking forward to checking out the Scoutbeard saga. Really love the way that Mother of Rain writes her stories. So I'm hoping to see some more quite soon. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this adventure. I hope you'll like, comment, subscribe, share the video around if you should like. We got many links in the description. Social medias you can follow me on: TikTok, Discord, etc., etc. Big, huge, giant thank you to my Patreon patrons, my YouTube channel members. You guys just beautiful, helping me out. The musical read is coming shortly. I think at the end of the next Beard School saga is when it'll work for me. But regardless, I hope you'll join me again tomorrow. Keep yourself safe out there. Wash your hands. Always remember, friends, that you are loved, you are worthy, you definitely, definitely deserve it. And I shall see you in the next one. So until then, bye-bye.